Hola, estudiantes de Español 220. I hope that this video finds you all doing well. I have to say that whenever we left in that final class period prior to spring break, I never imagined that that would be the last time that I saw you guys. And I'm sure you've heard the news that Milligan will be moving totally online for the remainder of the semester. And I know this is probably creating a lot of stress for you and all of your classes. So I just want you to know I'll do everything I can to work with you. And I tend to be a rather organized person, so I'll try to um, make this as simple and clear for you as possible. That being said, I also got you all a little gift that I'm kind of sad I'm not going to be able to share with you now on our last class period, but I'm sure that I'll see you around at some point, hopefully. Anyway, so the purpose of this video is just to kind of go over these next 2 weeks, which if you look on our syllabus, this is week 11 and week 12. Week 11 will begin next week, Monday, March 23rd, and will run all the way through Sunday, March the 29th. And then week 12 will begin on Monday, March the 30th, and run through Sunday, April the 5th. So I'm going to go ahead and give you information up until that point, and I'll be sending out a revised syllabus and remaining assignments for the rest of the semester after that. But weeks 11 and 12, we're just going to wrap up chapter 3 and finish up what we've been studying with chapter 3. After that, we really only have one final chapter, that's chapter 4, and then we're supposed to get into some of those fun things after that, like video critiques and some of that fun stuff. So we will just sort of play it by ear for now, do the best we can. Let's get started here with weeks 11 and 12, and then I will have more information coming to you soon. I want to begin by showing you here in Canvas in our course in Spanish 220. You can click on where it says Home, or you can click on Modules, either one. I like the Modules view better, which is what I have here. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, you are going to see week 11 assignments and week 12 assignments, okay? And I've tried to keep everything clear for you as to what you're going to be doing. Everything is open now for both weeks 11 and weeks 12, so you can go ahead and work ahead if you'd like, but you're only required to do week 11 for this coming week. Everything is due for week 11 on Sunday, the 29th at 11:59 p.m. That means you have the whole week to work on it at your own pace. For week 12, same thing. Everything will be due by Sunday, April the 5th at 11:59 p.m. And you have the whole week to work on it. As I said, feel free to work ahead. I will, for our future weeks, have weeks 13, 14, 15, and 16 posted for you here so you can see what to expect for those following weeks. But just as we get started, I wanted you to know where to find this. So for week 11, I want you to be reading Cara en Cruz, which appears in your textbook on page 83. Once you have done your reading, I would like for you to click here where it says Cara en Cruz Assignments, and I'm going to do this in a new tab. I want you to actually download the PowerPoint and go through the questions that I've set up for you here. The questions will be in black, and then you've noticed in green I've created a spot for you to answer all of these questions all the way through. So it's sort of designed to give you that feel as if you were sitting in class right now going through it with me together. So it gives you some practice questions for your quiz, which I'll tell you more about in a moment. The preparación activities for the new vocab. And some interactions with those. Again, there's a spot here for you to put your answers in green. Some more questions, spot for green answers. Then you'll read your Cara en Cruz, answer some comprehension questions about those, fill them in the green section. More comprehension questions in green. Then it gives you what you should be doing for the rest of the week, which is studying for prueba number 3 and completing your Quizlet for chapter 3 as well. So once you have this finished, I want you to go to File, Save As, and I want you to save your name in the title. So Brianna Buck, Brianna Snyder, Keith Mullally, so on and so forth. I want you to save your name, okay? And there's a spot for you back over here where it says Dropbox for Cara and Cruz assignments. That's where I want you to put your PowerPoint with your answers in it. And I'm going to give you guys a grade for doing that, part of your in-class participation grade, since that's sort of what we'll be doing in class together anyway. Okay, so that's step 1, reading Cara en Cruz, downloading the PowerPoint, and submitting the assignment here, the PowerPoint here. Okay, step 2, I want you to review the things that I've listed here and complete the assignments as you prepare for quiz number 3, which will take place down here in week 12. So as you're preparing, I've given you a link here for direct, indirect, and double object pronouns. If you open it, it should open up in its own window. There's a section here for you to read all the way to the bottom. And when you finish reading, there's a spot where it says take a practice quiz. You're going to click start quiz now. You're going to do your quiz, and when you've finished, you're going to take a screenshot of that quiz, just like you do with your Quizlets. You're going to take a screenshot of your finished quiz, where it shows you your percentage out of 100, and you're going to submit that here. It is just a completion grade, okay? Just showing that you made an effort. It won't let you get that final screen until you've gotten a certain percentage right, though. So, okay, once you've done that, again, reading Cara and Cruz, doing the assignments and submitting the PowerPoint, reading about direct, indirect, and double object pronouns, completing the quiz, and submitting your Dropbox screenshot of that there. Then you're going to read about comparatives and superlatives. It's just a reading. There's no quiz attached to it. It's just a very, very short reading, which you can see here from rocketlanguages.com. And it even has some pronunciation where you can play what it's supposed to sound like.
Bueno, mejor que, malo.
You can say those back and practice your pronunciation as you go along. And then down here at the bottom, you can see just more of that. More reading, more practicing, showing how those work. Nothing too bad there. Then I have a PowerPoint for you on comparatives and superlatives that I want you again to download, fill in those blank parts just like you did with the other PowerPoint, and then submit those here. Okay, and then finally you have a spot for your Chapter 3 Quizlet to be submitted as well. That's everything you have to do for week 11, and all of that you have all week to work on. It's not due until March the 29th. Okay, and I'll be grading all those and giving them back to you during week 12. In week 12, we're going to have our tertulia, just like we had planned to in class. And guys, I will ask for your flexibility here. I never imagined that I would be teaching a conversation class online. I've taught online now for about 5 years and have a lot of experience doing this. However, I've never taught a conversation class online. So this will be an interesting experience for us. As you look at tertulia number 3, it's going to give you some directions here as to what you should do. And I tried to be very specific as to who's doing what. Okay, so basically in tertulia number 3, we're going to be doing our debate online. It will take place asynchronously via Flipgrid. If you're not familiar with what that means asynchronously, it means we'll all be working on our own time. So I can go do my assignment on Monday, and then Keith can hop on Tuesday, Brianna can hop on Wednesday, so on and so forth, and we're still working together. This will require you downloading the app on your phone for Flipgrid. If you don't have a smartphone, you can access it on your computer as long as you have a webcam, but most of us in our class have smartphones, and I recommend the app. Is a lot more user-friendly. It's a free app, Flipgrid. Go ahead and download that. As we begin tertulia number 3, I want you to make a list. Colby and Kevin, the guys, are going to be making a list of 2 programs of telebasura. These are those awful programs, you know, like South Park and things like that, right? TV trash, we might say. Okay, and then Brianna number 1 and number 2, you guys are going to be making a list of programs of good quality, of buena calidad. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and make a list of those, just 2 for each of you. So that's 2 for Colby, 2 for Kevin, 2 for Brianna 1, 2 for Brianna 2. And you're going to explain why you think South Park is a bad program. So South Park is bad because it communicates dirty thoughts and bad words to children and pollutes their minds, right? You're going to say all this in Spanish, and you're going to upload your initial video onto Flipgrid. If you've never used a Flipgrid before, it's very, very user-friendly. This is the flip code, which you'll need if you're using the app. It's EDEF97E7. I've listed that for you here as well. I want you to post your initial video by Wednesday. It's, like I said, it's super easy. You're going to click the little green plus sign here where it says record a response. If you're on the app, it shows up with just a big square that's a plus sign. And it will show your face, just like a Snapchat video. You're going to be giving your opinion. Creo que South Park es horrible porque corrupten a las mentes de los estudiantes pequeños, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you're going to give your opinion there and post your video. After that, after all 4 videos are up, 1 for Kevin, 1 for Colby, 1 for Brianna 1, 1 for Brianna 2, you're going to take a look at some of these questions that are asked here, and you're going to pose questions to one another and answer one another's questions using the reply feature. Okay, so you're not making a brand new video. It's just going to show those existing 4 videos. You're going to click on the reply button, and it will work. So for example, let me record a response here. My Wi-Fi will allow me to, and please ignore my face. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hola, estudiantes. Este es un ejemplo del video que ustedes van a crear sus mismos. Hola, estudiantes. Este es un ejemplo del video que ustedes van a crear. Okay, so obviously you
Hola, estudiantes.
Okay, sorry. Obviously, this is a practice run. If you don't like it, you can click the X and record it again. If you like it, click next. Then you get to do a selfie. Okay, I'm embarrassed to submit this. We'll go ahead and submit that. It's going to show it loading here until it gets to 100%, and then it will show up on the Flipgrid. Okay, sorry it's taken forever. My Wi-Fi is not wanting to cooperate with me here. Okay, so once this loads, it will show up in the Flipgrid as a video, right? So once, and this video is going to be you, and you'll type your name, Profesorache. Okay. Oh my, an issue submitting your response. What's my issue? Oh, I think I need a title. Okay, well, normally this is how this would work. Anyway, you're going to submit your video. There will show a little square there, and then you're going to click the reply button to respond. It's very easy, very user-friendly. It's a lot easier on the app as opposed to on the computer, so I strongly recommend that. Make sure you don't repeat your questions. So if Keith asks, well, what category of programs has the best audience, Colby can ask that question too, and Brianna can ask that question, okay? Don't be so concerned about following these specific questions, guys. As always, I know that your discussion is going to evolve into interesting conversations, and you probably have really strong opinions about these shows that you like. So I just care mostly that you're using your Spanish, and I'm grading you on how well you're using the language. By the way, this is a great time to use some of those comparisons that we've been learning. So, Riverdale is way better than Sabrina because blah, 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 or Friends is 10 times better than The Office because blah, blah, blah. Okay, so feel free to use some of those things. Okay, that's your tertulia. Again, please be flexible with me. I'm still learning how this works as well for a conversation class online in the same way that you are. So please give that a try. There's just a link to that there. When you finished your tertulia, you have a quiz for week 12 as well. It will not be due until Sunday, April the 5th. To be clear, your Flipgrid, your initial video, is due by Wednesday, April the 1st, but your replies to other students are not due until Sunday, April the 5th. That just prevents someone from logging on Sunday at 11 o'clock and posting their video and trying to do replies all at the same time, okay? So your initial video with your 2 programs of television trash or good quality TV should be up by Wednesday. And then you have the rest of the week to reply to your classmates on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, okay? I'd like to see at least 2 replies. The quiz here, you have all week to do as much as you want. You only have 1 attempt, though, on the quiz, so please make sure that when you log in and you start it, you're ready to go with it. The quiz will cover everything we've been discussing these past few weeks, direct, indirect, and double object pronouns, as well as comparisons and superlatives, and a few comprehension questions from the Nam Nada video that we watched in our last class together. Okay? So, in summary, we've talked about your week 11 assignments. In week 12, you have that tertulia, which will take place via Flipgrid. Initial videos by Wednesday, everything else replies due by Sunday, quiz due by Sunday, and then finally you have a professor conversation. You guys have told me you're a little stressed about this. I don't want you to be stressed, okay? This conversation is going to take place on Wednesday, April the 1st in the afternoon. It'll take place with me. I've given you a little Google Doc here where you can go and sign up for your specific time. I've given you all times here in the Google Doc. There's a 1 o'clock for Brianna Buck, a 1:15 for Brianna Snyder, 1:30 for Keith, and 1:45 for Colby. Now, I know that you guys have lives, you have things that you're doing, so if these times don't work for you, I'm pretty much free all day on Wednesday, April the 1st, so I can be flexible with you. So if you need to change your time, just text me, email me something, we'll work out a different time. We are going to be using Skype for our interview. So if you've never used Skype before, it's free. You just go to skype.com and create a username. And then at your assigned time, you are going to Skype me. My username is mharry18, MHARRI 18. And you can just Skype me at your assigned time. You told me you're nervous about this, so I made some practice questions for you here, which are available. I will not ask you all of those questions, okay? Our interview will only last approximately 10 minutes in length, and we will not be going over every single question. I'm just going to ask you a select few from each of those three categories, okay? So I know this has been a lot of information, so one more time in summary, week 11, you're reading Cara and Cruz, downloading the PowerPoint, submitting your PowerPoint here. You are reading about direct and indirect object pronouns, doing the quiz, and submitting a screenshot of your final quiz here. You're reading about comparisons and superlatives, downloading the PowerPoint, completing the PowerPoint here, and finishing up your screenshots of the Chapter 3 Quizlet. In week 12, we're doing our tertulia, your initial response with your video of the 2 programs of either good quality TV or television trash is due by Wednesday. Your 2 replies are due by Sunday. That's going to be done on Flipgrid, which is free. Very easy to use. Recommend the app. After that, you will take your quiz at your convenience. It is due by Sunday, April the 5th at 11:59 p.m. I'll grade that and have it back to you very quickly. And then you'll be having a conversation with me, which will take place via Skype. You have questions to study. Conversation will take place on April the 1st. You can click there to access the times of your interview. And of course, I'm willing to work with you on rescheduling that if you need to, okay? So I hope this answers your questions for weeks 11 and 12. Guys, I really am going to miss you, and I appreciate your flexibility with me. If you need to contact me, my personal cell phone number is 423-765-6158. You, of course, have my email address as well. Please don't hesitate to reach out with any questions. You are not alone in this. Have a great day.